Hi, I'm Keith and welcome to week 21 of my weekly fitness vlog, Up the Peak. Last week, to celebrate the 20th week of my fitness journey, I did a 20-mile walk which I shared on Instagram throughout the course of the day in real time. Earlier this week, I took all of those clips, assembled them together, and I put them in a separate video that's now posted on the channel. So if you haven't seen it and you want to check it out, it is there for your entertainment. After the walk, I was quite worn out, as you can understand. I took a little nap, went and soaked in a hot tub, had a delicious dinner, and then I called it a night. I wasn't prepared for what was going to happen the next morning. I was fully expecting to wake up completely sore and really unable to move a whole lot. And that, it turns out, was not the case. I woke up feeling refreshed, which completely caught me off guard. I wasn't sore, I wasn't tired, I felt really good. I did take it easy that day since I did walk the 20 miles before. Monday saw me returning back into my routine. Now, I still wanted to take it a little easy, so I only walked the 6 miles at my 4-mile-per-hour pace. I love that I can say that. I only walked the 6 miles at my 4-mile-per-hour pace. Day 3 saw me return to the 2-mile jog. The time was alright. I'm not the fastest guy yet, but I'm still somewhere around the 280s, so I wouldn't expect to be too fast. The important thing was that I achieved the 2-mile jog non-stop. Day 4 saw me do the 2-mile jog again. And then day 5 saw me do the 2-mile jog yet again. Now, these jogs are also mixed in with my walking. So I'm walking 4 miles, jogging 2 miles. Sometimes I'll walk 5 miles or 6 miles. But the key thing is, I have jogged 2 miles a day for 3 days straight. Day 6, I just went back to another walk. And day 7, I decided to take it easy. You know, I don't want to overdo it. I think I'm making some amazing progress right now, and I'm going to kind of stick with this formula. We'll see if it's working when I weigh in week 22. But for now, I'm very content with my abilities so far. For the diet, I still stuck with the same stuff, but what I did do this week that I've been promising for a few weeks now, I finally got the food video uploaded. So if anyone has any questions about it, it's there, it's posted. I didn't include everything, but I included, like, I'd say 85% of everything. There have been tweaks here and there, additional stuff here and there, but ultimately that is what I've been doing. The MyFitnessPal, balancing the calories, and eating the food that I have. I hope it can help a few people, maybe, who are struggling getting started on this. I've said it before, getting started is really difficult. But not just getting started, but sticking with it. Those first few weeks are critical. You don't want to just start it, do good for a few days, and then have your first cheat day. At least that's how I was. I knew I didn't want to have a cheat day for as long as possible. And when I finally had one, it wasn't until it was for my birthday celebration. Since then, which is going on almost 2 months now, it'll be 2 months and maybe like another week or so, I haven't had another cheat day. You know, I may have had some meals that were higher calorie than what I've had previously, but I was able to work them into the calories for the day. It's important to stick with it, especially in the first few weeks. You don't want to set yourself up for failure. And speaking of setting yourself up for failure, I spent about 2 weeks helping out in that restaurant, and every single time I was there, I was surrounded by all of that delicious food. The Week of Temptation, the video from 2 weeks ago, you know, that turned into weeks of temptation. I did survive the whole time without having a single slice of pizza, without having any stromboli or calzones or stuffed shells or manicotti or all the other wonderful things they have there. There were some close calls, I'm not going to lie. There was even one day I thought, well, I could work a slice of pizza into the calories. But, you know, sometimes I worry, you know, if I do have that one slice of pizzeria pizza, will it be the gateway? You know, I survived it on my birthday, and that was, you know, almost 2 months ago. But I just didn't want to risk it. I'm doing really well right now. I didn't want to just throw it out the window. I know you're thinking, well, Keith, a slice of pizza is not really going to make that big of a deal. It is to me. I guess what I'm trying to say is, for me, I have to commit to this 100%, and there has to be limited times when I do cheat. Because if you're not careful, you could find a reason to cheat 3 or 4 times a week. It's this person's birthday. It's a graduation ceremony. You know, it's a holiday. 4th of July is coming up. There's always something coming up. So it's best just to stick to the plan. I posted a new trailer for the channel this week. Recently, somebody asked me, Keith, where do you find the willpower to stay motivated on your fitness journey? I don't know. Just lucky, I guess. Hopefully it gave you a chuckle or a laugh, but there's actually a lot of truth behind that video. When I was helping out at the restaurant, one of the employees asked me, because I was eating a salad again with some chicken in it, and they were like, how can you eat that all the time? There's so much good food around here. And in my mind, I did think about myself 5 months ago when I was over the 400 pounds. And luckily I filmed, which you saw at the beginning of this episode, an extended version of that clip. I filmed a lot of stuff, and this stuff is also helping me to stay motivated. I look at this footage and I compare it to footage of myself now, and I feel like a completely different person. In a way, I feel like I'm going back in time. I might be 40 years old, but I'm starting to feel like I'm 30 again. I don't know what that says about me being 30, but let's ride this out. I am very proud to announce that in the middle of July, I will be going to an amusement park, and I will finally be getting on a roller coaster for the first time in over a decade. I'm pretty sure I could fit on one now. I think so. Might be a little bit snug, but I think I can do it now. But I'm going to give myself just a few more weeks just to make sure. This will be my first time going on a roller coaster, like I said, in over a decade. Someone actually asked me earlier this week, Keith, do you even remember the last time you were on a roller coaster? And I had to think about it, and I was like, I really don't. So this is going to be kind of monumental for me personally. I'm going to try to film as much of it as I can. I'm going to bring the GoPro with me. I'll have the phone with the camera on that. I'm not going alone. I'll have some family with me. So it'll be fun. We're going to a pretty cool place with some pretty awesome roller coasters. At least it had some awesome roller coasters a decade ago. So middle of July, I'm getting back on a roller coaster. A friend of mine reached out to me this week about my hike to Longs Peak. Now, I announced last week that if I can hit a target weight of 250 pounds by the 1st of August, I am going to Colorado. I'm going to acclimate to the climate, and then I'm hiking up Longs Peak. Or at least I'm going to attempt it. Originally, they were going to go with me. They said, I'll hike it with you, and I thought, that is fantastic. Well, I guess they thought about it. The next day they reached out to me and they said, you should find a smaller peak. And I was like, why? They're like, it's a 47% success rate making it to the top of Longs Peak. You have a lot of people watching you that you're inspiring right now. You cannot fail. I appreciated what they told me, and I thought about what they said. But the truth of it is, I have set out to hike to the top of Longs Peak, or at least attempt it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. If by some chance I cannot make it to the top, whether it's exhaustion, weather, something happens, I'm not considering that a failure. The fact that I've been able to pull myself back this far and get out there in itself is a huge achievement. If I make it to the top, that's an added bonus. And just because I don't make it to the top this time won't mean I won't make it to the top sometime in the future. I am in a whole new realm right now. I'm in a realm I haven't been in a very long time. I'm getting physically stronger and faster, feeling better. Who knows what the future holds now? I want to thank my friend for the concern. I'm sorry he won't be going with me, but this is just something I gots to do. I would like to thank my now 142 subscribers. We're only 8 away from 150. We're slowly growing. Thank you. Thank you everyone that actually watches these. Especially thank you to people that actually get to the end of these. According to the analysis, people usually drop off about halfway through. And I'm sorry about that. I've had, someone tell me you need to change up your content. And no. This is me. This is me talking to you. I'm not changing it up. I might try to do something funny here and there to be a little goofy, but ultimately, this is the format. If people want to watch it, that's fantastic. If they don't want to watch it, well, that's the beauty of YouTube. You can go find something else to watch. There's plenty of great stuff out there. There's plenty of great fitness vloggers out there. If I'm not your cup of tea, believe me, there's someone out there for you. If you need someone to give you that inspiration. Some of them you can find right on my channel, under the featured, some of the recommended ones. So explore them, check them out. There are a lot of wonderful people out there that are trying to get their lives back together, and they're sharing their stories with everybody, hoping to inspire some people. I don't think any one of us got into this thinking we were going to be millionaires. I think we all got into this because we wanted to get our health back in check and hoped to inspire a few people along the way. And the people I have inspired so far, it does feel amazing. You know, hopefully I can continue to help them, inspire them. I'm meeting with a friend of mine in this next week. I'm going to help them take their first steps. You know, so we'll just see what the future holds. That's going to wrap things up for this week. I want to thank you all again for watching. I'll be back here next week with the next weigh-in. This is going to be a pivotal weigh-in. This weigh-in will determine the course of the rest of the summer. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a great week.